Yo, what's good YouTube, man? It's your boy TK here, back with another banger. And in today's video, man, EA just dropped the official top 25 hardest places to play. And let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, this list is really interesting. We're gonna have a lot of mixed opinions with this list for sure. Some people's feelings are gonna get hurt, but without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So how I think this list is gonna work is that EA is gonna rank stadiums on a scale of 5 to 1, 5 being the hardest stadium, like the hardest level. So this will be your big obvious schools like Alabama and Penn State, and then 1 would be more of like a Kent State or one of those smaller D1 schools. I'm not gonna go too in depth with all 25 schools. I'm not even gonna waste your time. So I'm gonna put the list of the teams from 25 to 11 right here on screen, ladies and gentlemen, and some teams to look out for. As you guys can see, Boise State, Albertson Stadium, the Smurf turf. This is one of the most iconic fields just because of the blue turf. And this team is led by Spencer Daniels, and they're honestly on their way to a great season. Hopefully this team will be a fun team to rebuild in dynasty mode as well because of the cosmetics alone, and the team is decent themselves. Just moving down the list, at the number 21 spot, we literally have Notre Dame, which I think Notre Dame should be higher. They're a great team every year. Like, they're a really hard team to beat. And for them to be this low, I'm kind of disappointed with the game developers. But let me know what you guys think. This stadium is honestly really cool as well. They have God himself. They have touchdown Jesus looking over the field. And this is one of the nicest venues there is in college football. Coming at the number 19 spot, we got kind of a disrespectful spot on this list. Texas is only at number 19. I think they should be way higher in my opinion. And of course, they have Quinn Ewers and really good talent on this team. So next up, we have one of the most disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful placements in a tier list. Like, this is honestly like tremendously bad. They have Michigan, the big house. I guess I shouldn't even say the big house. It's like the not so big house, bro. Like, this is just an average house at number 16. They're not even in the top 15. Like, that's disrespectful. Michigan Stadium, the team that won the Natties last year, literally is 16. I know they lost a lot of talent, but still, like, this is literally the biggest stadium in college football. So definitely, I'm really disappointed with this one. I would expect them to be way higher up. Coming at the number 13 spot, we got Neyland Stadium, and they got snubbed so hard. This should be a top 10 team. This stadium can literally hold over 100,000 people, and this is honestly an absolute nightmare for any player that's coming here and playing for the first time. This offense is led by my boy Josh Hupel, and the Volunteers have some pretty tough games at home. They have Florida, Alabama, and Kentucky, which is probably their biggest threat at home the next season. I can see them winning all 3 games. Like, all of the teams are hurting from just transfer class this season has been pretty crazy. So definitely Tennessee has a pretty good chance. The last time I honestly seen Tennessee get destroyed at home was Georgia, and they got killed by 28 points. So then coming in at the number 12 spot, we got Clemson, and they literally had one of the longest record streaks of consecutive home game wins. And I honestly can't even recall Clemson really losing at home, so I don't know why they're ranked this low. At Memorial Stadium, they literally had a dynasty. They had great players coming in and out. They had 2 national championships, and for them to get put at number 12 is honestly tough. I think that any college player would tell you that Memorial Stadium is one of the most intimidating environments that they've ever played in. And as we go on in this video, like, I bet they can say that Clemson is harder than some of these teams ranked in the top 10. So then coming in at the number 11 spot, we got Oregon, and I feel like the Oregon Ducks really got severely underrated. Like, number 11, like, that's just disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie. This stadium only can hold like 60,000 people, but NFL athletes remember this venue as feeling like there was 100,000 plus people screaming at them. Their ears were ringing. Like, it was just ear deafening noise. And just to really get put at the number 11 spot, not even in the top 10, is honestly really sad and painful for Oregon fans. And now that they're in the Big Ten, I can honestly see them winning the whole thing. They're a crazy playoff threat right now. The Oregon Ducks have not lost a home game since 2022, so this team is pretty tough at home, but they got some tough matchups at home, including Ohio State and Washington, so they're definitely gonna have to tee up here. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we got the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, aka Florida University, and this is honestly a valid take. I like this spot for Florida just because because you got to take into account two factors. One, the heat in this game, obviously weather. So you're going to be playing a lot of snowy games in the blazing heat. So you got to take that into account for Florida. And this is just one of the best venues. It's called the Swamp because it's obviously muggy and it's a tough place to play at if you're not used to it. So definitely number 10, I think is a great place to put them. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we got Doak Campbell Stadium. And I low-key slept on Florida State. I'm not going to lie. Florida State has a really great stadium and they're honestly the better team, so I think they took that into consideration with this tier list. Florida State's a pretty good team. They're really good every year, and to play a good team and with the hot conditions would definitely be a tough challenge to overcome. At the number 8 spot, we got Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Oklahoma has always been a solid team. I really like Oklahoma. In my personal opinion, I wouldn't put them at the number 8 spot. Camp Randall Stadium, aka Wisconsin. And the Badgers are honestly really good. Wisconsin's going to be a solid team, really good this season. If you guys are looking for a team to join in Dynasty or Road to Glory, Wisconsin's a pretty solid team. They're honestly not a Dynasty team because they're pretty set up. They're pretty good. But if you wanted to join for Road to Glory as like a running back or wide receiver, something like that, Wisconsin's one of the better teams because they have the depth to really carry you on either side of the ball, so you don't have to worry about turnovers and other things like that. Coming at the number 6 spot, we got Beaver Stadium, and this is honestly really sad. Beaver Stadium should be top 3. Like it shouldn't be this low. This is literally the whiteout, like one of the most feared stadiums on a Saturday night, and they have them at the number 6, not even to crack the number 5, which is honestly disrespectful. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But if you guys are enjoying the video, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on the way to 3K subs, man, and I'd really appreciate it. So then coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the Georgia Bulldogs. And so as you guys can see in the top right corner at this gameplay footage, you guys can see Georgia Stadium. The stadium pulse is actually busting right now, and their meter is at a level 5, so definitely this is going to be a really hard venue to win at. And just so you guys know, Georgia holds the longest active home winning streak at 25 games approaching the 2024 seasons. I think their last loss was in like 2018, 2019 against South Carolina. And I think that definitely puts them in the top 5. I would put them higher. At the number 4 spot, we got Ohio State, the Buckeyes, man, and this is honestly surprising in my opinion. They low-key surpassed teams that have longer home winning streaks, and they lost great talent at the wide receiver position. Definitely had a big part to play in their success, but this is definitely an iconic venue. Like the stadium looks really pretty, really nice, and definitely one to play at. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we got the LSU Tiger Stadium, aka Death Valley, and I don't think this is a good spot. Like you can't put them top 3. Like they're not top 3, they're not top 2, they're top 1, man. The Death Valley, I can't really see them this low. But located in Baton Rouge, Brian Kelly leads this amazing team. This dude gets a lot of really good wins at home. Some games to look out for and some games to simulate in game is LSU versus Clemson. I think this is one of the opening games of the 2024 season, so definitely tune into that game because that will be a game to watch starting off the season. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we got the Crimson Tide, Bryant Denny Stadium, man, and Alabama fans are really gonna love this one. And Nick Saban, after leaving this amazing team, honestly took some players away from this team because a lot of players I know left Alabama just because Nick Saban and his ability to bring players to the NFL. But this roster without Nick Saban is honestly pretty good. They got Colin DeBoyer this season, but before Georgia overtook the nation-long winning streak at home, Alabama actually had the longest, but last season Texas snapped it in half right in front of their face, which is honestly, if you guys didn't see that game, definitely go check it out. I can respect Alabama at the number 2 spot. At the number 1 spot, we got Kyle Field, man, and I honestly slept on this team in my tier list. And this is honestly really surprising that the number 1 team has a first-year coach, Mike Elko, and Texas A&M is going to be able to revive one of their old rivalries against the Longhorns in November. I hope this team can really show out this season. They have a lot of great talent, a lot of young players on their team, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Is this a W tier list or is mine better? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.